Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, bringing you another video review, this time from Transformers Prime, the first edition Vehicon. Stands in there. I'm not taking it out. Don't need it. It's decent packaging on there. It shows this is actually the new reissue edition of this because it's got Terracon Cliff Jumper on the back. This was the only first edition mold I did not have from the initial release of first editions, and frankly, yeah, I'm a little disappointed with it, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know. We'll get into it. Let's get rid of this packaging. I mean, just all the hype that was centered around this guy. Yeah, he's really not worth like the prices people were paying before. He's worth it now if you want to get him at the retail price, but the prices he was going at, just not worth it. As you can see, he's not even sitting right for rolling. This is just crazy. My biggest complaint is the transformation is just overly complicated for no reason whatsoever. And the end result has a lot of kibble, it's lacking in posability, and just really, when you compare it to the RID version, the RID version is far superior in every way, other than size. And here, we'll bring in the RID. This is Fergus. I haven't named him yet. You see, it's a much bigger car mode. It's, you know, this is sort of like the old size Deluxes we got versus the new size Deluxes, but the robot modes are almost the same height. So what this one does to end up with very little kibble and far more posability, with the exception of a waist joint, yeah, somebody over-engineered this. You can over-engineer things, and that's what happened with this. He does come with this gun. It's far smaller than the RID's gun, which in itself is far smaller than the ARM's Micron gun, but you know, it is what it is. This one sits on the car mode fairly decently if you know where to put it. This one, it only plugs into here and here, and you can plug it on the bottom, I think like this, or is it like that, or does it go the other way, like that? So yeah, you can plug it on the bottom and store it there if you want. It doesn't affect the drivability, but unfortunately these back wheels affect the drivability. I'll get into that, because this just annoys me with these back wheels. They're supposed to go into a certain way, and they're just they don't need to be doing what they're doing. Now, what makes me mad is that people were paying $60, $70, $80 for this figure, and it wasn't worth it. You know, I'm glad Hasbro, you know, re-released them, because honestly, I would have never owned this for. I would have been mad if I had spent that kind of money on this figure. It's just not worth it. And this you can get it, you know, Aldi's now, if you have an Aldi's near you. They're showing up there, $10 a piece. You want an army build? Go there, grab like 5 or 6 of them. There's your Vehicon army. You know, for the price you paid for one of these in the past, you can get like 5 or 6 of these. Yeah, and these are better. So yeah, this is going to be a slightly rage-filled review, because this is just, I don't see the love for this first edition Vehicon mode. I really don't. I know I'm going to get people saying, oh, it's fantastic. This is my opinion. That's why I do these reviews, to give you my opinion on them. And in my opinion, this is crap. It really is. I mean, the car mode looks nice. Alright, it's got a lot more paint apps than the other version does. I love the purple up here. Nice Decepticon symbol and stuff like that. Taillights are painted in, whereas I had to add the taillights myself on this one. But, you know, and I painted it in the inlets there because I just think that looks cool. I might do that to this one too. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this one. But yeah, I'm going to transform him, get him into robot mode, and let the disappointment continue. Alright? Be right back. Okay, so here we have this Vehicon in robot mode, and yeah, I'm sorry, this is a failure to me. It really is. I mean, as much hype as what was put on this mold, it does not live up to it to me. I'm sorry. And look at this. The entire, you know, top part of the car just folds up onto his back, and it ruins the lines behind him. This part keeps popping up. His feet are horrible to me because, you know, they keep wanting to flip back in. They don't want to stay put. They're loose and everything else. Posability, because of the way he transforms, this side piece here, which is attached to his arms, likes to pop out if it's not pegged in 100% correctly. Ah, stop. He's too fiddly. And the transformation, it took me 5 minutes to transform him. 5 minutes. This one took me 30 seconds. Yeah. 5 minutes because of all the unnecessary steps that they engineered in here to give you a robot mode that is not even accurate to the show. I mean, I didn't even pull these stupid things down. Why these come down, I don't know. But if you don't put them down, you don't get as much range in his shoulders, which is horrible. Because they're supposed to be up on his shoulders on the show. Give me a break. And I'm going to bring in the RID in a second. Just, you know, I just showed a brief glimpse. We'll get a better comparison. But let's go over his articulation, because right now this is where I have most of my issues with this robot mode. Yeah, he's got this, it's really tight, but this is he can go 360 here. He also has a joint that goes out. He is lacking any sort of bicep swivel. There's a small ball joint here for his elbow, but, you know, as Caked Up pointed out, you get like half a degree of movement in either direction. His wrists, he can become effeminate. He can be like that. You know? The only thing he has above the RID is he has a waist joint. But the lack of articulation in the arms kill it for me. Yet his knees may bend a little further, but that doesn't matter because his feet suck. So, you know, he's just, I don't know. He looks nice. I'll give him that. He's beefy. He's mean looking. You know, he looks like he's going to mess you up. Maybe like he's a bruiser type of Vehicon, whereas, you know, Fergus there is just a regular, you know, regular Joe Vehicon. His weapon, he can't hold it in his hand. You have to kind of do stuff like this, fold his hand back. It works better on this side than the other, as it looks like it actually came out of his arm. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But everything else, just, I'm very disappointed with this mold. I really am. Because people were going nuts over it when they saw it. Oh, it's a first edition Vehicon. And everybody was going nuts when we heard it was getting reissued. Well, I never went nuts, because I always liked my RID. Let me bring in my RID. I haven't named him yet, and I don't know if I want to. Seeing his gun falls off. Thank you. Fail. As my friend Grim from Grim's Toy Show says, what a waste. You see, look how much cleaner this robot mode is. I mean, where's the kibble? His entire, all this stuff that's on his back folds up into his legs, his lower legs. That is fantastic engineering. Alright, the wheels are supposed to be on the sides of his legs like this, and they're supposed to be on his arms like that. His only real car bit that's hanging off is right here on his back. He's just, you know, yeah, he's a little bit limited in his knee. Not much. But he makes up for it. He has better feet. He actually has, look, a swivel in his bicep. Oh my, how hard is that? Yeah, his elbows are kind of weird, but you know what? They work. They give him like this creepy alien look. They work for me. And he's got this nice ball joint at his shoulder, which gives him great articulation in that. So I mean, like, he can salute Megatron. You can't have him saluting Megatron. It's just never going to happen. Alright? Yeah. I'm just not happy with the first edition one at all. I'm not. I took it out of the package last night. I was very disappointed in it. I can't believe this is what we got. And people complain about how that one's gun sits on his arm like that. That doesn't look bad to me either. You know, like I said, it boggles the mind that people went nuts for this figure when it first came out because it was so limited, so hard to get. And if they had just waited, they would have gotten a far superior robot mode here. And you see, his robot mode's not much taller. They're almost the same height. But this one's so much cleaner, so much more show accurate. Yeah, it doesn't have all the paint apps it should have. Who cares? Add them yourself. You know, get some skills, add them yourself. This one doesn't exactly have a ton of paint apps either. So, I mean, his chest with the silver behind it and the Decepticon symbol looks so much better than his. His is just dark. I don't know. I don't understand the love for this mold. It's cool. It'll fit nicely if you have, you know, one of these, a Jet Vehicon, and one of these. Now you got 3 different Vehicons, and it works that way. If you really want it for purposes like that, go ahead and find one. But I can't recommend going crazy looking for the first edition. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what people see the love in this for. Kibblecon. That's what this is. Kibblecon. Angus the Kibblecon, Fergus the Vehicon. How's that? Fergus, Angus, and eventually I'll be getting a Jet Vehicon, probably closer to Christmas. When I get that, we'll show all 3 of them off. And yeah. That's going to be it for that. I'm just... Get this one. Stay away from this one unless you're a completist. Or you want to have like 3 different versions of Vehicons. That's the only way I can recommend it. If you want to have army build with this, good luck. This makes a far more better army builder. There you go. In conclusion...